We certainly want to see banks succeed in this new world order.
In the world, it occurs every 3 or 4 generations. As one of the top military people said to me in a secure meeting the other day, 60 million people died between 1900 and 1946. And since then, we established a liberal world order, and that hadn't happened in a long while. A lot of people dying, but nowhere near the chaos. And now is a time when things are shifting. There's going to be a new world order out there, and we've got to lead it.
Convinced that we will destroy, unfortunately, a lot of employment. Just think of self-guided cars and all the drivers losing their jobs. Let's look at the bank employees and so on.
If you're left behind, you're facing something far worse, which is to be completely irrelevant. They won't even need you as a serf or as a slave.
Something else going on here. Nothing to do with Donald Trump. We're in the middle of what other people call the fourth industrial revolution. Is there going to be middle class where, Moore's law, the IT, the way we're walking, artificial intelligence? Look what's happened with all the retail jobs that got lost because of Amazon. Now people go to Amazon, and so all across the country, a couple 100,000 people lost their jobs. And people are worried. Truck drivers I talked to are saying, well, they're going to automate trucking. I know, and I'm not going to have a job. So we are very eager to hear from you. The fourth industrial revolution has one big challenge. It is the holding out of the middle class, which is a pillar of our democracies. So, topic, and Dr. Schwab, I'm flattered you'd asked me to keynote. There's an expression in my old neighborhood back in the United States. This may be above my pay grade. It's not above yours, though. You've written extensively on the topic that you've asked me to speak to, mastering the fourth industrial revolution. This fora defines that as change fueled by a digital revolution.
It can improve financial inclusion is through what we call programmability. That is, CBDC can allow government agencies and private sector players to program, to create smart contracts, to allow targeted policy functions. For example, welfare payment. For example, consumption coupon. For example, food stamp. By programming CBDC, those money can be precisely targeted for what kind of people can own and what kind of use this money can be utilized, for example, for food. So this potential programmability can help government agencies to precisely target their support to those people who need support. So that way can also improve financial inclusion.
We're going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
This effort. And China has big plans for this. They intend to seed their digital yuan into the global environment by giving it away to visitors at next winter's Olympics. When they arrive at the airport, they're going to get yuan digital wallets. They're going to receive digital yuan. They're going to use it throughout their visits to Beijing, and then they're going to take it back to their home countries. They see this as a huge advantage. Why? Because who controls the underlying protocols? Who controls the underlying standards of the future of money will control the future of money.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Inform your friends and family and spread all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book. The New World Order book is going to show you how the world really works. And it's definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. I told you at the beginning of the year, in the first quarter of 2022, we was going to have an event that was going to bring us down. And then also in the fourth quarter, we would have an event that would bring us down. That's exactly what happened. And now I'm going to tell you, in the first quarter, we're going to have an event that's going to break us down in 2023. And then also in the fourth quarter of 2023, we're going to have another main event. Now, of course, guys, the markets are still going to be pumping and dumping until they get ready to pull the full rug. But I'll let you know when that's about to happen. Now, also, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's time to get re-educated. And also, much love to those who donate to the Cash Shop and Patreon. And in my Patreon, I keep you up to date with the New World Order events. Also, I give you the New World Order cryptos in the Patreon. Of course, you have to do your own research. But this next bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure that you have the cryptos that have utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now, we have Bitcoin and crypto slightly up. Guys, we know on the weekend we're the only game in town, so we do get a little of that liquidity. But guys, we look at volume, and volume is extremely low. And also, if you look at the stock market, it's extremely low. And guys, we know that this whole stocks and cryptos now are ran by an algorithm. But guys, do not forget the CME opens tonight. And when we look at futures volume, it is extremely low. Now, last night I did a video on Jim Cramer and Silvergate. And guys, do not forget Silvergate stopped doing business with Binance about June, the summer of 2021. And guys, we know you're just not going to stop doing business with Binance. Not the types of volume that they have. And I think it was 2020 when Binance shut off U.S. customers. But now we have U.S. prosecutors subpoena hedge fund and the investigation of Binance. So guys, this movie continues. And Binance has made it clear that they have nothing to do with the U.S. And we see Binance Ukraine accepting payments in their largest pharmacy and also working with supermarkets. So guys, like I tell you, we're going to sit back and let this movie play out. Get your popcorn. Now guys, do not forget to pay attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rates which were being pushed down on Friday, which is going to temporarily help stocks and cryptos. But guys, we see the inverted yield curve. We know the crash is coming. It's a 100% indicator, amongst other things that's going on in the economy. And then, of course, guys, we have the dollar down on Friday. We have low volume, like I stated, in cryptos and in stocks. We have Tether, we have USDC, and then, of course, guys, we have the Fed. Repo still over $2 trillion. And, guys, we know all the central banks are moving in lockstep. Did a video on that yesterday also, showing you they're giving you the same message. They're raising rates to fight inflation. And we know Congress and the central banks created the inflation that they're fighting. And when you see the globe moving in one step, that means there's a plan behind it. So do not fall for the magic tricks. Remember, guys, my people perish from the lack of knowledge, not because it's not there, because they reject it. You know, I bring you videos with them saying it out their own mouths what they want to do. This is no conspiracy theory. This is fact. Remember, the Crypto Teacher gives you the truth, nothing but the truth. Yes, the truth hurts, but it sets you free. Now that we have Republicans taking over the House, guys, the games will definitely begin. And we know the goal, to destroy this legacy market So then therefore the fourth industrial revolution can rise, where the robots, algorithms, and drones take over the economy, pay each other with crypto, and the sheep go inside the metaverse. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, guys, we have Grayscale sitting at about 15 billion on Friday. But getting over into a little crypto news. We've listened to Brad Garlinghouse over the years state constantly that he supports the banks. He wants to work with the banks, not against them. So when we look at CBDCs, Ripple XRP wants to lead that. When we're looking at carbon credits, they want to lead that. We've seen him with Christine Lagarde. We've seen him with the IMF. We've seen him with the World Economic Forum. And remember, guys, all these major projects that have utility, the big banks and big corporations were funding them from the beginning. The same thing if we go back to big tech. And when we look at Brad Garlinghouse or Dixon, XRP or XLM, they had nothing to do with the product. Their job is to get out and sell. Now, if we look at XRP over the last few years, we always get a pump in the first quarter. And we get an unexpected volume, no news, so most likely is Ripple buying. It normally only lasts a week and then it goes right back down. But guys, we know this SEC case is going to be ending soon. And how do we know that? Because Gary Gensler was using this to kick the regulation can down the road. And you guys know I said it from the beginning. Gary Gensler and Janet Yellen was definitely the NWO chess pieces that they needed for this period to get us over to the fourth industrial revolution. Now, guys, we have OpenSea ad support for Arbitrum Nova. Also, we have Wire imposes up to a 90% withdrawal limit for all users. And lastly, we have Marathon Digital experiments with overclocking to increase competition advantage. And guys, we know Marathon Digital is Peter Thiel. And we know Peter Thiel and Elon Musk connected, guys. We know they're nothing but NWO puppets. But we know the millennials and Generation Z blindly follow them because they are definitely asleep. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the New World Order, it's all planned out. But guys, all I have for you, don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance, do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys, don't forget about the stock channel. Go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the C-Word, the biotech stocks, and while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.